Since I was 12 years old, I have struggled with mental health and anxiety. Now, mental health is not only anxiety or depression or bipolar, it is often just a lack of mental sufficiency and a lack of mental self-love and care. Mental health is a subject in schools that teachers and administrators are afraid to talk about. They're afraid to talk about because they know that they lack the education and resources they need to give their students. So many students are affected by mental health. However, students need to communicate their mental health needs with a trusted teacher or administrator in order to make sure that they are being helped and that their mental health is being taken seriously. Today, I will be talking to you about how mental health is an overall element of a person's health, how there is a lack of education between mental health in teachers and administrators, and how mental health is overall impacted by the environment. My first point, though, is that teachers and administrators are not educated. According to National Public Radio in 2016, nearly 80% of students do not get the mental help that they need. This shows that there's a huge number of students in elementary schools, middle schools, and high schools that are not getting the mental help that they need to be stable and to be secure with their mental health. My next point is that there should be mental health resources on campus in the schools, such as psychological professionals to help these students. According to Strauss in 2018, there should be one mental health profession to every 500 to 700 students. That's what it should be. But today, one mental health professional is to every 1,381 students. That is a huge increase of students that there should be one mental health professional to 500 to 700, but today there's a huge number of students that aren't getting the help because there aren't enough mental health professionals in the school to help these students. My next point is that mental health is a huge element of a person's overall health and well-being. Mental health is one of the 3 elements of a person's overall health, including social and physical health. Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we act, feel, handle stress, and relate to others. From What is Mental Health in 2017. So this shows that when mental health is lacking in a student or in an individual, our overall health and well-being is not helped. It is not okay, and it is not what it could be. That is why we need to make sure that our mental health is okay in order to be able to be a well-rounded person. When relating to schools, if it affects how we handle stress, relate to others, and how we act and feel, that is a huge part of schooling. We are around others. We need to know how to interact and act with them. School can be so stressful. And if a student's mental health is lacking, then their overall health will be lacking as well. Which brings me to my third point, that mental health is influenced by our surroundings and by our environment. I'm from a small town in Montana, and in 2015, suicide took our town by storm because Montana gets such cold and dark winters. When we are in that environment, our brains tend to shift. We become more sad and more lonely. But this is why we need to embrace our environment and know our environment so we can prepare ourselves, for example, and be with the tough winters. Not only are we affected by our environment, but we are affected by the never-ending desire to fit in. We want to fit in with our peers, maybe want to be more athletic. Overall, we want to know that we are accepted by the people around us. And with mental health, we struggle with that. But in school, it's even harder because there's always somebody who may be smarter than you, taller than you, more athletic. This affects our mental health so drastically because then we are downing ourselves and we are lacking that self-love and self-confidence that we need. So, in conclusion, what we've seen here is that in schools there's a lack of education. Mental health is a huge part of our overall health and well-being, and mental health is extremely affected by our environment. So what we need to do here is we need to educate teachers and administrators on what we can do, and we need to communicate mental health needs. Thank you so much.